based on that sort of stuff. It's randomized for the building type. So a hospital spawns hospital loot, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
The sky's broken, Brian. I don't know why the sky's so badly broken.
No, I don't see it on my screen.
Yeah.
And Lyric's asking if a player's mouth will move when they talk in game. When they do VON, I presume.
Yep.
So it's got the same kind of lip syncing, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, Dean was Alright, I got my torch on.
Oh, yeah. See how the head torch has a much bigger view? So that's something new we've added. Let's roll. Okay, I'll try to keep answering questions as we're running along.
Reading through some now.
Sure.
So people are asking a lot about
Oh.
playing night time.
Sorry! I pushed the button.
What did you do?
Oh, you'll see it on the stream.
Discharge.
Whoa, fuck! Dance, fucker! Oh, that was about... I missed you by about 60 centimeters. Go ahead, Chris, sorry.
Jesus, that was a close call. I just got to see that now because of the delay.
Sorry.
People keep asking about the performance. Do you envision it being much better than Armor 2, or about the same, or more in line with Armor 3, which seem to make more use out of your GPU?
I think the most important thing for people to realise is that Dayz is not optimized yet for a client. We haven't done, we've basically done no optimization for the client. So the benefits you see in frame rate are because you're being sent a lot less data, like you have a very small amount of data around you, so you don't have to process all these things. And I was talking about it with the Armor programmers last night, that they have to calculate simulation, damage simulation, all that kind of stuff, whereas we don't. So that does give you benefit, but really what it does is it makes you smoother, generally. Brian, I can't sprint because of my pistol.
Yeah, you're using the
Yeah. And so, yeah, I'm going to unload my pistol, actually.
How many different movement speeds are there? It's like you've got your aim down sight speed. Then if your gun's just
You've got walk,
walk.
aim, and sprint. It's subject to change. Vesper, who's one of the creative minds behind the Armor 3 system, he's working full-time Dayz, so we do have plans.
Okay, so there's a possibility in the future to add the kind of sniper sitting down kind of positions.
Yeah.
And
Look,
extra leans and all
one
that.
thing I'd like to emphasize, so previously on the stream, people have been watching me with HDR down. Zombie! Zombie!
Nice.
Sorry, Chris, go ahead.
No problem. In fact, I think you were just saying.
What was I saying?
I can't remember. You started shouting zombie at me.
The road is, the terrain shader is being point lit. Now this is to me this is a huge deal, because Armor 2 didn't have this. Basically since Flashpoint, nighttime was not, the shaders weren't activated. You were only lighting the diffuse texture. So it's a big deal, and it makes a huge difference, as I hope people see. I love
People
Dayz.
really when you put out a 1080p video, I'm sure people really see the detail in it. I think realism things like the shaders are lost a bit on the transcode.
True.
Of the stream.
Okay. Well, I mean, is the Vaughn 1080?
I don't know.
Yeah,
What
it
settings
should
are.
be. Yeah, we're not using a downscale.
I love this inventory screen A. I'm really proud of the inventory screen, actually. Really proud of it.
People are demanding to know at least what year the pre-release alpha will be out.
Well, like I say, I mean, I've made the mistake in the past of just saying a day, and it's a bad idea because you just never know. Like, this week proves it. A day or two ago, Brian, we were stressed. We were really stressed. That's why we disappeared off the grid, you know, just full on, really heavily working. Are you coming, Brian? Yeah, and so I can't say.
All right, so Dean, on the other side of this town, just a little bit past, is a grocery store.
Okay.
We have to make our way through the town and then out the other side.
Guys, we're heading to a grocery store on the other side of town. Brian's going to lead the way. Yeah, so look, I'd love to be able to say it's coming out on XXX date, but if we discover something that will destroy the whole experience, then we have to fix that. But we're not sitting here adding heaps of crap and that's delaying Standalone. We're literally just fixing very serious bugs, very serious ones. We're moving, guys, we're moving.
The different characters, the way they all have different faces, different clothes, different weapons, different bags, it really is super refreshing to see. Because you can really start to appreciate who's who if you're in a group.
Yeah,
I think that's one
absolutely.
of the features I'm most looking forward to. I really like that. Will you be able to disable head bob? Or are you going to force people to be sick?
I'm not sure, actually. I think it is in the options. Yeah, it is. Brian's nodding at me. It is in the options.
Okay.
Although I've converted Brian to being a head bob fan, so...
Although my head bob's a little bit less than Dean's is sometimes. I like to keep it on the...
I have mine on wuss level head bob.
Oh!
Is this server third person enabled? Can you show us what this looks like in third person? And everyone's favourite question, I know previously you've said that you want to limit the ability for third person, and previously some of the options you were considering are when you're prone you can't third person but you can just stood up. Where are you on that scale at the moment?
We've been so focused on just making the damn thing work that all this stuff is still up in the air. So it's going to be very standardized. All the servers will have the same setting initially because we don't want bugs reported that end up being some weird side case. So we're going to make sure that everyone does everyone does the same thing, and then then later on we'll allow people to change settings a bit, but we'll provide different databases for that, so that if you want to play on a first-person server, you will have a first-person character that is just for that database.
Right.
Let's keep moving, guys. I'm getting thirsty and hungry.
Someone asks, will different clothes, Dylan Cotter asks, will different clothes give you different stats in the sense that, let's say you put on a Kevlar vest, are you going to move slower than someone running in a t-shirt?
At the moment, the movement isn't affected by your items. It just, and I guess until we redo stamina completely and things like that, it's not going to have an effect. But when we do that, it will definitely have an effect.
So when you redo stamina, are you going to be adding things like, if you're holding like an M82 sniper rifle and have a Kevlar vest, that's a much bigger stamina drain than having a t-shirt and a Makarov, so you'll demonstrably run slower or get tired.
Yeah, exactly, and require more energy. Whoa, what the hell?
Sorry about that, Miss Wood.
I really wanted to add a safe mode into the weapon, but we're going to have to make a change in the engine for that. It really needs it.
Well, you can click a safety on, that'd be cool.
Yeah, although a lot of pistols don't have safeties.
I cannot believe I missed.
No, I'm just doing some smack talk in the chat.
I'm still working on learning English.
Oh, I just love these the new lighting. Like, it's just so good at night. Night is Dayz. Like, you saw how freaked out. What the hell? Just a dude running around sitting down. But you saw how, and I can't wait to get rid of the crosshair because it looks really stupid. But you saw how freaked out we were getting when the zombies were all running around us. That to me is Dayz. And if people haven't played it before, a good friend of ours, Salary, he was a designer at Bohemia. He made a Arma 2 mod called Generous Apocalypse.
Yep.
I believe
Yeah.
so, yeah.
And Salary's an awesome guy from Finland, and I tell you what, I must catch up with him. I think it was his birthday recently. And Generous Apocalypse nails nighttime zombies and that whole effect. Like, honestly, very well done. It's trying to make Dayz work is difficult because it can happen in any scenario. It can happen at day, it can happen at night, all this kinds of stuff. Is he collapsing? No, he's just.
I think he's being a bit of a.
He's been a hero. I should clip his legs with a.
There's your grocery
Oh, here's
store.
grocery store. Okay, be on guard, guys. Oh, this is your grocery store, is it? Brian loves this place.
Yeah.
But it adds something to the west of Jamaica, something that probably have some pretty good loot.
Damn it, I haven't configured my taunt button. I'm going to do that right now. So I can tell
What would
us
you say-
everything.
What would you say the main things are that are holding back the alpha release right now? Are there any kind of top 5 bugs that you're working your way through to get there?
What the fuck?
What just happened?
What the fuck? Someone just shot him.
What?
Someone shot him.
What? I'm sorry. He's dead.
He's dead. I heard that. It was like a Mosin or something.
It's not me. This is like Star Trek 6. You can check my weapon. I'm fully loaded.
Star Trek
Holy shit,
6.
just saw that.
Sorry, what was I talking about? When we're released. That wasn't staged to avoid that question either. Now I'm avoiding the question.
So it was about the top 5 like main things you're working through that you think once they're clear you could consider releasing the alpha.
Look, we don't know. Our big bug was this weapon bug that we managed to smash today. So now we just need to test what's here and verify that it's not completely screwed. One of the big things I'm concerned about at the moment, just on tonight's gameplay, is that when a lot of people connect to the server...
Dean, we have a bandit in the trees directly across the street.
Roger. Okay, get inside the building. Fuck, I hear him. Get inside.
That's me.
Get inside the building.
I'm running.
Who's this? Who's this? Dude with the jacket? You go cover back in here, okay? Shut all the doors and keep an eye on them. And the back here. Yeah, that's right. Take your jacket off. That's real fucking helpful. Whoa! What's that? Whoa!
I think I just got him.
No, you just got our friend!
What?
He doesn't even have a fucking Mosin, man!
My fucking torch was facing down because I have the weapon out.
Okay,
Scumbag Hicks.
people... No, that's not Hicks's fault. For fuck's sake, if you're gonna run inside the building, at least announce it.
He just shoot at us?
He's dead, mate! He's dead!
I shot him square in the chest.
Get away from the fucking windows. Someone cover the back door.
God, this is like a scary movie. You're all just like killing each other accidentally.
Shut the doors, Hicks. Shut the fucking doors.
Guy with the raincoat, shut the door. Shut the door, dude. Shut the door. That doesn't even work. You're such an idiot. Shut the door. He's dead. Someone just shot him.
Get in the back, man. Get in the back. Let's get
What
the
the
fuck
hell
out
is
of here.
happening?
We're gonna have to, dude. We're gonna have to turn the torches off. And we're gonna have to run. Where are you, fucking Hicks? We're gonna stay away from the door, bro.
Alright, hold on. I'm turning
Let's go dark. Let's go dark. But we need to link up first. We need to link up.
Alright, I'm in the front corner
Yeah,
of the
yeah, I
store
know.
by the front door.
He's
I
probably
freak
watching
out,
the
give a
stream.
shit.
He's watching the stream. So we need to get out of here. So we're gonna run. Okay. I'm gonna turn off mic, Brian.
This is insane.
Okay, you ready? Let's go. You see me? Oh. You. Okay. Oh! Oh! He's shooting! He's shooting! Brian, I'm gonna... Can you see me? What the hell? Oh, I think I'm fucking starving or I'm sick or something. I just went unconscious, man.
Oh shit. I don't want to die.
Not today. Well, and now it's time for a question, and then we might call the stream. That's why we need
That was pretty awesome.
We really need to improve the indicators though, because that's kind of bullshit. Just saying. Who came up with that idea
Well,
of
the
that?
good news is you no longer feel forcefully.
I do no longer feel forcefully.
That was pretty awesome.
For you, maybe. I'm still running in the dark.
And my pistol's on the ground, and because of that unconscious glitch, I'm probably sliding across fucking Chernerus. Is that what
Well, at
happens?
least we won't be able to loot you.
Is that what happens?
Yeah.
Should I
Is there
disconnect?
Is there a way to hot switch off the torches? Like if you've got a pistol with a torch, do you have to literally go to the inventory and drag it off, or can you have a toggle?
You'd have to right click. Yeah, you have to go into the inventory at the moment. We don't have any keys. Those kind of control issues are stuff we'll deal with later on.
Any plans on adding maybe... I mean, you said previously that you'll be able to attach maybe a torch to a gun with some duct tape. Maybe if you have a pistol, you could do the whole cop thing where you hold the torch with the pistol over the top.
Yeah, it requires a fair bit of logic though. Like you will have seen at the moment, the torch is clipped onto the pistol. The logic is very important with how it works, and I guess this is one of the big evolutions that Dayz made. So in armor, the things that you attach to your weapon sort of turn on a functionality on that weapon. It's very clever. With Dayz, that didn't really quite work for what we wanted, so we had to come up with something a little bit new, and so what we did is we made them actual entities. So in order to be able to hold two entities in your hands, we'll need to do something a little bit more funky, and that would involve quite a lot of work. I'm not saying we don't want to do that. That's definitely something we want to do so that you can have something in each hand, but that's going to require a very radical change. It's like the testers have been reporting a lot of bugs and concerns, zombies, running through walls inside buildings. What's some other stuff, Brian? Razor brought up some really good points. So there's a lot of bugs that they're saying, look, these should really be fixed for the alpha. But the problem is, if we fix them, they're so risky that we could screw them up, and then we delay everything by a couple of months. If we get the alpha out, and it's roughly okay enough that a lot of people can play it, then that gives us a bit of breathing space. It means we can do what's called a branch, so we can branch the code off, and the programmers go off and they work on their little areas, and then as they fix their or finish their work, they'll merge it back into the main trunk. And we're at the moment we're running two builds on Steam. So there's an experimental and a stable, and each of them are different characters. So your character on stable won't get killed if you go to experimental. However, because of the way Steam works, you've got to be really careful. It's not a simple switch between builds. Yeah, so we've really got to reach that point. And as you can see, I mean it's all right. We've just got scaling issues. That's our main problem. There's just so much in the world, like orders of magnitude more than we've ever put inside the real Verticality engine on Armor or that before. So that's the hurdle that we're jumping over.
Okay. And that's because like all the zombies and loot is kind of pre-generated, right? It's not waiting for players to walk there.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly right. And we're doing that with zombie respawns. That's why zombie respawning's not currently in the build. Yeah. There was someone brought up a really good point on Reddit. I had a while ago. I had this mini argument with him. I can't remember his name. And we were talking about scripts versus the engine. So whether you do something in script or whether you do it in the engine. And what we've really leaned towards is moving a lot of stuff into the engine because it's so much more efficient. But that means for the mod, people are going to have to accept a little bit of a limitation in functionality. But look, I had a lot of fun running around like that. And I think Brian did as well. So we think all we want is that people, if they really want to get involved in the alpha, people who, for example, bought Prison Architect and said, wow, that's a really cool game. And then, they play it for a little bit and they're like, okay, well, there's not a lot in there at the moment. I play it for a couple of hours. And then a month later, right, they bring out a new update and there's guard dogs in or contraband or that kind of stuff. And it's so exciting. It's the same with KSP. Like, I cannot wait until 2.3 comes out. Holy crap. Or Project Zomboid, another good example. These updates come out and you're really excited. That's what we want to do with Dayz. So if anybody even has any doubts at all, don't buy it when it comes out. It's not like 3 days later we're going to bump the price up. So I hope that the people who initially buy it are the people who are really committed. They're okay with the servers being a little bit all over the place. They're okay with bugs, losing characters, that kind of stuff. When we do have a stable, once we verified, like maybe within a week of the release, once we verified the stable build on Steam, because there's the two builds you can select, once we verified that stable, we won't really wipe those characters. But the experimental one will get wiped a lot. I think, well, last time I played Eve, they used to do this. I think they still do.
It's a fairly frequent thing from anything that's a large-scale multiplayer that uses a database. Because of all the rapid changes that may occur, things might just get flat out removed. We might decide to test, I don't know, a Gatling gun, for example. Not that we would. But then later on, obviously, we decide, oh, come to our senses, that's ridiculous. Purge the database so there's not this odd item in there.
Like, Bohemia is really excited and committed about, the whole studio is excited and committed about the future of Dayz. And there's incredibly ambitious plans. And that's what we'll be publishing on the roadmap. All we want to do with this is really a proof of concept. And I feel like we kind of have. I would give us a C-.
Yeah, I'd agree.
For grade?
Is a C+.
Oh, sorry, I meant C+. I meant C+ or B-. Yeah, so C+ or B- in terms of grade, and an A for effort. That'd be what I'd give us. Like, it's
definitely give us an A for effort.
like the amount of hours we have been working has been insane. And Brian came halfway around the world for the project. Well, so did I.
I legitimately lost track of what day it was when when
You
Victor
said that
came in
today.
and said, "See, have a good weekend." I'm like, "Weekend? It's like Tuesday."
Well, when did we last have a weekend? I don't know.
That was about 2-3 weeks ago.
But no one's forcing people to come in. The designers, well, I said to them today, it was like, God, what time are we coming in tomorrow? And I was like, look, we're trying to lock the, we're trying to keep things stable, and not put new stuff in.
In the experience.
Yeah, and so then they were really wanting to come in.
Yeah, Peter's. I believe Peter will be in tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to go hang out with Peter. But it's not like it's one of those things where I think everybody on the team desperately wants to get this in the hands of consumers. So people are just, if you could just mute your mic when you laugh at me, that would be great.
I think I just
More
coughed
questions?
Pepsi into my mic.
Someone's asking an interesting.
Am I?
What the hell was that?
I don't know. Am I good?
Shannon? No, it's when Chris talks. Alright.
Okay, is
Can
this
you hear me,
working?
Dean?
I can.
Okay,
Perfect.
I don't know what that was. Someone asked a question about sound. Will you be adding sound to things like doors, crates, boxes that you open, and so on?
Yeah, we do want to do that, and that sort of ties in with what. Oh, here's Head Bob. I just found Head Bob.
Yeah, we actually we've got our new full-time sound designer getting acclimated to the tools and such of Arma, so he can kind of be our go-to guy. Kind of investing in him in the future of Dayz Audio, and I know that one of the core things that Vrada and Victor, a couple of our animators, keep coming at me with is, when are you going to get Dean to put sounds when you open doors? It seems ridiculous that you open a door and it doesn't make a sound. So it's definitely something that we've been talking about internally, is trying to figure out how we can do it efficiently, so that there's that whole nother dynamic of sneaking through a village. Is how much noise am I going to make if I open this metal door, or start sneaking through this house? It's more than just the footsteps on wooden floors that will give you away if we get it done.
Hey, isn't Sumrak the guy who made Namask?
Don't remember.
We have like Arma royalty in the server,
Let me
ladies and
check.
gentlemen. I think he is. Very talented chap. I get really distracted easily when I've had a lot of Pepsi. Sorry, Brian.
No, that's fine.
I don't know if you quickly saw, when I pushed my inventory up before as I was joining, you saw my inventory on the other side. That it is a little bit of a bug, but what it demonstrates to you is that when you're unconscious, when someone's unconscious, you can actually loot them. So now in Dayz, you can punch someone in the head, knock them out, take their stuff, and quickly run away before they get up again. But if you wear a motorbike helmet, it greatly stops shock damage, because there's many different kinds of damage now. There's brute damage, there's slash damage, there's shock damage, there's biological. It's not really damage, it's more how you can catch stuff. And different items provide you different protection from that. I think I covered off on that last time. But yeah, I think that's a nice little change, and I think that might make a bit of a difference to kill on sight, maybe. I guess we'll have to see.
How about maybe stun sticks or tasers?
Yes, well, I really want to do tasers, like a lot. But it's sort of the same as throwing. Bohemia's really into this for the long term. And I think it's quite important. There's a lot of, I don't want to call them Daisy clones because I don't think that's fair. There's a lot of survival games that are quite hot right now, and some of them are pretty good. But I think it's very important for Daisy to not say, wow, we have to rush everything. Like, we could have just put in throwing the same as it is in armor, but essentially it's just a weapon where it gets kind of lobbed. We've got this beautiful physics middleware that we've implemented for Daisy. Let's use it. So rather than half-assing the flares now, we want to do them properly. Same with, so that you can throw any object. You can push a key and you will drop any object in your hand and it'll fall down and roll around. That's what we should be doing. And I've completely forgotten what got me onto that.
That's a good answer nonetheless. Any kind of final points you want to go over with people?
Like I say, I guess just the most important thing is don't just jump into the alpha. You really need to research it and know what you're getting into. Like,
Be a big
don't.
disclaimer on
Well, look, we can put all the disclaimers we want. What the hell? It's supposed to start you with a torch. Did I not update the server?
You might not have updated.
God damn it.
Did you die?
Yeah, I just pushed respawn.
Oh.
Well, I wanted to show people, like, I didn't just want to talk, I wanted to do something. Later on, I hope people watch this in high def and they can see the massive difference in the inventory screen now that we have the materials.
Well, we can restart for day. I can kill myself and we can kit up from fresh.
I don't know, people are probably getting a bit bored.
Not enough Pepsi for you.
I don't know,
Jeez.
what do you reckon? We can answer a few more questions.
Yeah.
I'll restart though, because I was playing the game before on bad lighting, so I'll...
A lot of people are asking the question about graphic settings and if people will be able to tweak them, you know, disable shadows, set anti-alias in a certain way so that you can see through grass, those kind of things that people min-max.
Look, we've changed so little of that kind of stuff because we're so focused on this core architecture that these issues are all going to come up. And that's, I guess, what I mean. For those really uber elite, I want to be the best at Dayz. I think there's the danger they might get a bit disappointed because we haven't dealt with that. It doesn't mean that we don't think it's worth dealing with, because we totally do, but there's no point in us doing that before we've actually nailed that sort of core experience, I guess you could say. Does that make sense? Like, once we've got the core experience, then we can polish it. Yeah, Brian, I didn't update it, so this is updated now. We'll start it again and we'll have a torch. So.
All right.
Oh, do you think, or should I make it day again?
Yeah, we've shown night for at least, what,
Okay.
an hour and a half, 2 hours? Yeah, let's make a day again.
I should just probably say this. You got a lot of spam when you were like, oh, people must be bored. Yeah, no one's bored. Whatever it is that you want to stream, just stream it. If you don't feel like stopping, then just keep going.
Sure. I think you can sort of, you know, flog a dead horse, kind of. I don't know. I'm kind of keen to bro up, but Brian, you might want to do, to save us the normal thing.
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
Yeah, we can do a bit more. I mean, the questions are good, and I think what's even fun as well is discussing stuff like, I know last week what we talked about, some of the things like, you know, the glinting of the scope. I really like that kind of stuff, and I am not a PvPer, but I believe PvP is critical to the Dayz experience. And I guess I don't really think of it as PvP. I think of it more as the complex interactions that the player is faced with and the decisions they make. And these terrible situations that happen, like when Brian shot that guy. Like, imagine if we're a gaming group, and it reminds me of the story that a guy posted, I think, on my Facebook about him and his son. I think I've said this before. They only had one compass between them. They were playing Dayz mod, and the father was providing cover while the son went in. They misjudged the direction that he was running, and he ended up shooting his son and wounding him. And it's not so much the PvP, it's this risk that comes with it, and I think it really makes the experience special, even though so much of it's sort of broken. And yeah, so but I think that in order to do that, we do have to provide a level playing field. But level playing field is kind of tier 2. Tier 1 is make the damn thing work.
I think everyone really agrees PvP is that little spark of randomness that makes everyone on edge. If there was no PvP, if you couldn't shoot other people, it would be a reasonable zombie game. But because there's always that little spark of, is he going to shoot me? Am I going to shoot him? Should I save him? Has he got a bandit? You know, there's all those random elements, and that really makes the game come together.
Well, look, I would say as a pure zombie game, certainly the mod was terrible, and I don't even think we're acceptable in terms of, if you want to look at it as a pure zombie game. But that's, I guess, that's the important thing about DayZ, and I guess for me, I don't just see DayZ as this zombie game. I see it as a type of game I'm very interested in, this context gaming with risk and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really interested to see where it goes, not just with DayZ, but as a, I don't know whether you could call it a genre, but yeah.
Well, it's definitely one of those situations. I think Chris can agree with me. It's one of those rare games that comes along, and you don't just play it 2-3 months. You end up playing it and nothing but it for 10, 11, 12 months, and you can't really. You try to play other games, and you're just like, I feel like playing DayZ.
Well, I think we're on the cusp of. I was talking about this with Marek, our CEO. There are so many people who just don't realize how difficult it is to bring out a game, any game, and how difficult it is to bring out one that's multiplayer, how difficult it is to bring out one that's sort of MMO-ish, and how difficult it is to do that in 12 months from when we properly started developing, and even 18 months since we actually formally announced the project. And so we've been very close to completely screwing it up. So I think we're now at the cusp of, if we can pull this off, the scale of what we want to do is beyond anything I ever dreamed of. And what we have to do is just provide people this simple little experience now and then just build on it. I can put the server up.
Yeah, put it up real quick so I can generate myself a new character. And then move him to you.
Okay, I'll join. Yeah, if any questions, Chris, is all good.
Yep, people are asking about spawn points. Is it going to be the exact same where you spawn on certain selected areas of the beach, or will there be a new system?
It's our programmer, and one of our new programmers developed the spawn system, so it spawns you on the beaches, but it uses engine logic. It's not a script, which is quite important for optimization and scaling.
Will there be any kind of logic in there where maybe it scans 1,000 meters around a certain location, and if there's another player there, then it maybe chooses another
It's
one?
a whole include file in the engine, and I do not understand the logic used, but there is a tremendous amount of logic and checks. In fact, it actually bakes out all the potential little locations, and then it does this special calculation on them. So there's a lot of logic involved, and it's been tweaked a lot.
And you spoke previously on your last stream, a feature that I thought was an excellent idea, where if you're playing with a friend and you both die at the same time, you might be able to spawn together. Is that going to be something that person needs to wedge into that part of the engine?
Yeah, that's probably more around the connection side of it, and yeah, we can put it in with that. That's something I hope we get developed reasonably soon after the alpha comes along. Damn it, I forgot to reset the time, Brian.
Yeah, I was going to say, it appears to be
Have you done your character yet?
Yeah, I got the data. I've generated the character, so you can go ahead and restart.
That's a good question. Will shooting through glass actually work properly? Because in Arma 2, it's very random.
It depends on the building. That's a configuration issue. It has to be configured for it. If it's configured correctly, it's all good.
That's actually an interesting question. Not that long ago, I'd say maybe a month ago, I actually put the QA on a task of running through buildings that had intact glass windows and trying to fire through them. and file bugs against those that don't. So I dare say, you can hold me to this later. I dare say at least 90% of the buildings that have intact glass windows should have no issues firing through them.
So blame Brian
Yes,
Hicks.
entirely. Just blame it on me. Reddit, Facebook, Twitter. Call my mom. It's up to you.
I'll talk to her later, Brian. It's cool.
Well, it all got down to that. I think there was the multi-storied tech industrial building on the Electro docks, where you can go up onto the roof. There's that you can climb up a ladder on there, and it looks like a garage. Anyways, I was in that. I saw a zombie coming towards me. I know, actually, I think it was a player, and I tried to shoot the player through they have those big solid glass windows inside the rooms there. Wouldn't go through. So that was the impetus of having QA go through and check all of the windows, and they found several structures that needed to be fixed. And Mario, one of our lead artists, got to it.
Will there be any side chat or global chat, text chat rooms enabled at all in the engine?
No. The
Foreign and local.
hosters can send messages to everyone, but that's that.
Will the engine be able to identify things like message of the day messages and make it possible for
What the hell?
the player to disable them? For example, for me, if I'm on a server and I'm hiding my name and I'm hiding this and that, and then it goes, "Welcome to blah blah server 2," then it kind of screws everything up.
Yeah, like I say, I would just expect it to function the same as Arma 2 for the moment, and then we'll hopefully improve that as we go along. There's just so much work to do, it's kind of staggering at times.
Is there maybe a chance of just a flat just disable chat, so it literally won't shut down?
Yeah, well, I want to make it as stream friendly as possible. That's why Brian's been sort of educating me on streaming and stuff like that. You're kind of grandfather streamer, Brian. Like, grandfather, you know. This is what you do here!
So yeah,
And I'm like the hyperactive child. Ooh, shiny thing!
have been focused on more than others. Things like, back in the day,
Dude, you
someone
walk
come
past
into
an X, what the hell?
a rookie streamer's channel, be like, "Hey, you should press I."
Dude, there's a crowbar in here, and
You can view the player list without giving a server the name away.
crowbar.
Yeah, I'm coming. It doesn't show the server name, that kind of stuff. I think Chad was the next one.
And helmet, there's a helmet as well.
I hate motorbike helmets.
Yeah, but they stop you from going unconscious.
But have to be fashion.
You two should totally benchmark that right now. One of you wear a helmet, the other one don't, and see who knocks out who out first.
We are getting rid of... See, I'm going to piss off people no matter what I say here, but we are getting rid of the left-handed axe, because we are... It's only done that way at the moment. Like, you hold some stuff left, some stuff right. It's just that way out of necessity at the moment. It'll soon change because we've motion captured the right animations, so...
That whole run, and we are back at Florida.
Yeah, let's go. I want to head away. Let's explore a new area.
All right, let's just head straight inland then.
We'll go through the swamp.
Yes, definitely do that.
Okay.
Everyone's heard about the swamp, and I've seen it in sweeping map view, but let's go
I
there.
fucking love the swamp. I'm like Shrek. When we get the proper swimming in and stuff like that, it's gonna be so badass. Oh god damn it! I talked about this.
I actually think one of our spawn points is on the swamp.
I'm gonna cut off everyone's gas. You with me, Brian?
I'm not too far behind you. I can see you up ahead.
I'm gonna check out the shed, okay?
Roger.
There's another house up nearby that we can check out. Nothing in the shed. Moving on to the house, following the boardwalk. I hope people notice the changes in the sounds. Like, oh, I totally forgot to talk to him today, but yeah, our new sound designer started, so we're all quite excited about that, actually.
I'm interested to see what he puts out, because he's a very serious man when it comes to sound. Like, you can joke around with him about other things, but you start talking about sound and he puts a serious face on it.
I mean, in the previous stream, Dean, you said you were thinking about adding sound filters, where maybe if you're wearing a helmet, it muffles you, or maybe.
Oh yeah, not
and
thinking. We totally want to do that. Sound, like I say, is very important to our project. We've always identified that, and we really want to get into it. So.
A few people are asking about alternate maps, like the Mols and Utes stuff. I presume when this first comes out, there'll be no kind of ability for people to just hot swap between maps.
No, not at the moment. Like I say, we've got to nail that primary experience, and then, yeah, see where it takes us.
So maybe in the future, will you be releasing a Dayz-specific map editor?
I think it would be tied in with the rest of the engine would make sense. Right. Where are you, Brian? Are you at the house?
I'm in the swamp right now, headed towards the house.
Okay.
I was just a little bit behind it.
Can you do me a favor?
Dean.
What's that, sorry?
Can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Some people are saying that like, your volume is just a bit high, and then Hicks and Chris are a bit low.
Oh, right.
Just
it's probably because I'm yelling.
Yeah, that might be.
It's probably the Pepsi effect.
It is.
Time to
I probably get excited. Oh, god damn it. Steam thing. Go away, Steam.
Wow, that water looks awesome with the reflection stuff.
Recording. How do I do this? Whoa, what the hell?
I think you're bleeding.
I am.
This is a zombie.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Someone asked if you shoot a really loud gun without any kind of ear protection, will you maybe get a ringing sound?
It's not something we've done, but it's not a bad idea.
Yeah. If Mosin goes off next to your head, yeah, I would agree. That would be pretty cool.
What the hell? How do I do this?
If you, in TeamSpeak, Dean, if you right-click my name, you can click on change volume and then just set it to maybe +5 decibels and do the same to Hicks, and then we'll all be the same.
Why don't I just turn mine down? No, that's not going to work.
It'd be much easier just to go into TeamSpeak and set volume. Just right-click on our names.
What about my microphone?
Oh,
no, because it's OBS. OBS that's capturing your voice. It's not TeamSpeak.
So hold on. I click on your name. No. What do I do?
Oh, actually, are you using OBS?
Yeah, he is. Dean, there's levels right there.
Yeah.
On OBS. Look at your stream.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just there you go. You can manually select your levels for your microphone.
Oh.
Yeah, just drag it down a third.
There you. That's a bit too far.
I'm very quiet now. I'm loud.
Sounds good.
Loud.
Jesus
Loud.
Christ.
Jesus.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, how's this now?
How many Pepsis have you given him?
How's this? How's
We
this
let
good?
him self-medicate. That should be fine. He's about 60% right now. Yes.
My blood sugar is like 1 billion. Okay, let's go. Where are you?
I went past the house. There was nothing in it on the little boardwalk.
Will different wounds require different treatment? If you hit someone with an axe and then you shoot someone else with a pistol, will they require a different type of bandage, or is there a different chance of infection?
At the moment, there's no difference. But what we have been working on, but it's not done yet, Peter's been working on an infection system. And I guess that's the first side. Hey, check out that helicopter. Oh, actually, no, I don't think there's anything there. Yeah, so that's the first kind of specialty wounds that we'll have. And depending on what type of bandages you use, you might get an infection. So if you use rags and you use it from clothes that are dirty or damaged, there might be there's a higher chance that something will go wrong and that kind of stuff. Whereas if you use a bandage, they're always sterile, like, you know, a little wrapped bandage.
Maybe if you have some kind of open wound, you could have some kind of modifier whenever you're interacting with zombies. So if you're going over zombie corpses or trying to loot them, maybe there's a recurring chance that you get infected. So
Yeah.
you might be hit and you need a bandage, but you think, shit, if I take the bandage from the zombie, I might get infected. It kind of adds that little chance.
Yeah, exactly. It's those little things.
Well, that's the beauty of I guess the foundation of the title. As we're working on it right now, that base of the system is effectively modular. We do this right with the alpha and the early access. We set the foundation properly, and we can plug and unplug and experiment with so many systems without having to spend massive, extensive amounts of time trying to completely rewrite the game. The game is designed for modifiers and different systems to be plugged in and experimented with as we go out. And the folks that will be playing those systems in the early access will be our sounding board as it is.
On stream, Dean, well, to me, it was 30 seconds ago to you, just sat down to drink some water, and basically he just put his axe in his mouth. And it looks like he's just sucking on the axe.
This is a really funny kill.
That's awesome.
I'm just cutting the gas lines for tuners. Where are you, Brian?
I'm on the docks right over here. There's some
Oh,
industrial buildings. I'm checking for loot.
I was just having a drink. You really want to try and avoid getting hit by zombies, because you can get infections and sick. And then you got to find antibiotics, that kind of stuff. So it's still a mechanic we're playing with quite a bit.
Do you ever think, okay, full smoke grenades be in the game?
Yep.
And do you ever envision some kind of tear gas style grenade?
Oh yeah, that's why we've got gas masks, put all that stuff in.
Wow.
Is that you, Brian?
Incredible.
I'm in. That's not me. That's not me.
It's a
Got
new
screwdriver,
spawn, I think.
put it through his brain.
I'm going inside one of the buildings.
That's I guess that's probably one of my most frustrating points reading things like Twitter, Reddit, 4chan, etc. Is a lot of people ask, will this be in the game? Will that be in the game? And I feel like some folks aren't quite grasping the fact that it's that foundation that will allow us to put all this stuff in later. You have to lay the, well, I hate to keep using the word foundation, but you have to lay that to allow for us to plug things in later, to add, I don't know, will this gun be in the game? Will this mechanic be in the game? We're setting up right now so that we can put this kind of stuff in the game quickly. We can push out content frequently to keep the game constantly evolving.
Hey, do you want this bayonet? You can use it for melee.
Oh yeah, you over in that little hub thing?
Yeah.
Or are you offering it to that guy?
I'm offering it to that guy, unless you want it. I'll put it on the ground.
That's fine, fine, fine.
See, it didn't disappear it. It's on the ground here. It's on here, bro. We're adding in a pointing animation soon, which will help. But we've done a lot of revisions as to how the trace system works for placing on the ground. Oh, it's Senchi. What up?
Well, I guess I can't say.
Oh, do you hear?
Yeah, I hear you. The bayonet's on the ground there, dude. You just select take in hands as well. You don't have to. You don't have to put it in your inventory. Just open it, then right-click on it, and click take into hands. Oh, you got a poo scope.
I swear, these designers, they keep... Essentially...
Brian, come in here and grab the PU scope.
Yeah, I'm on my way. What I've discovered is that our designers love to hide little loot points high. So if you happen to be in a game and you see a building that has a roof you can get to, check up there, because chances are Martin is hitting something. At this point, I got a nice pair of boots.
Is that Senshi?
X here, Senshi.
Yes, yes that is.
Just want to announce
Senshi's
the stream what's Senshi
creative
most
mind.
important.
Yeah, he's one of the creative minds behind Tunerous, so he's been actively developing Tunerous. So a lot of stuff is his cool work.
So a lot of the awesome map things we're seeing are thanks need to go to Senshi.
He saw those BBS3 river stuff, and he was like crying practically. I was like,
Yeah,
don't worry, we'll do it one day.
Yeah,
It was all like,
his feet. I think it was, I want these.
I did this the other day. So see, you'll see on this frame we're trying to add dynamic stuff that moves around. So there's like a light that's like broken.
You didn't even show that to me.
Oh. I'm sorry. Where are you? We're in the shed, man. Come here to the shed because I need to give you the poo scope.
In there.
I need to give you the poo scope.
I don't have room for the PU scope.
It's called a poo scope. Duh.
Let me find some pants first, and I will.
Oh, I
come
found
and
gloves.
receive your poo scope.
Poo scope.
I need bigger pants.
There's gloves up here and a hat, Senchi.
So when you spawn, you have really limited inventory slots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's gloves and that in there, Senchi, if you want them.
Are the gloves anything but aesthetic at the moment?
They provide you a bit of help. Oh. He fell off. Did you break your legs? Oh, I shouldn't laugh. Have you got a weapon? Oh my god! He just can't kill him! Okay, I was a little bit excited there. Got a little bit carried away. Knock her out, man. Fucking hit my friend. Oh, she's gone. I got a bandage. I get you, Senchi. I got back, bro.
I am not doing well. I need an axe. Zombies are having their way with me.
I bandage you. He's giving me the finger.
That's such a
Oh, nice. The guy's waving and holding a can. There's a wrench here.
Oh my god, I better not die.
Where are you? What's wrong?
I've got the whole of Komarovo chasing me.
Oh, where are you? Sticks here. We could make a backpack. Has anyone got any rope? Roll up sack. Funny, I'm gonna take that with me just in case.
I am unconscious.
Where are you?
You can't get to me in time. It's alright, go on without me. I will respawn and put myself where you are.
Hacker.
I got a backpack here.
Yeah.
What happens if you go... That's a good question. What happens if you go to the very edge of the map, the north or west side?
Same as in Arma 2.
What, you just run it to infinity?
Yeah.
found a zombie.
They won't tell you, okay.
Heck, I say something about a zombie. Dude, your shirt is fucked, man. You should just turn it into rags. Dude on the right. Hey, somebody's got a compass. I hit a zombie. Dude, your thing is fucked, man. Your shirt. I'm gonna stealth there. Uh-oh. No, I'm not. Come on. Come get some. Come on. Yeah, like that. Uh-oh.
Will there be any visual representation of the symptoms that you get when you're sick?
Yeah,
So-
we want to do that. Changing
I mean, from a third
textures.
person. So say you see another person, can you notice them coughing?
Yep. Yep, that's the idea. Not at the moment, though. Oh my god, that guy's so screwed. Bitch. Got her.
It's awesome being able to see all the places we've seen before, but it just looks so much better.
Oh yeah, it's so different.
Yeah, it's just levels and levels ahead.
For loot. Look for loot.
Do you think there will ever be fish as a source of food in swamps and rivers and the sea?
Yeah, well, I
Or is
like
that
what
too
they've done
wild?
in Arma 3, so I think we can do something like that. Like I say, I'm really keen on these survival elements and shit like that.
Well, it's one thing that's kind of shone through watching you play, even in a group with 3 or 4 of you. When it was at night time, it was getting really hectic. Everyone was having to bandage, people running out of food and batteries and stuff. I think a lot of people will really appreciate the hardcore nature. We're going back to Dayz roots, where most people had to struggle to stay alive for their first few goes, whereas now it's literally spawn, oh, there's 30 zombies chasing me, run through this building, lol.
Yeah, it's... You tend to die very quickly. We're lucky because everyone's grouping up here, but I find you tend to die very, very quickly. If you just run in and search stuff, we're lucky. Like, we found quite a few X's. It's very easy not to. And
Well, effectively, that's why I was unconscious. I ran in looking for stuff, and rather quickly, 4 zombies followed me into the house, and it was just a matter of time. I mean, I knocked a couple out, but they keep getting back up because they're zombies.
Can you actually kill them with punches, or does it just take a long time?
yeah, you can. It's actually mildly effective. You knock them in the head and they fall over. That's the best thing to do. Then you sort of punch them as much as you can. I don't think my computer is quite good enough to be running it on all these settings here while I've got everything else happening. Rotten apple. If I ate that, I might get food poisoning, so not worth
I think
it.
I might like it if we headed inland and went to the Pavlovo military installation.
Okay. Do you know
There's
the
a-
way?
Yeah, I do. There's I'm in town right now, and in Komarovo, and there's a highway right here that's heading north. We could follow this, and that'll take us straight.
So you meet me where I am?
Let me look at your screen. Where the hell are you? Oh, I think I know where you are. All right, yeah. Let's see if I can get there. You
Is
went a
this
little ahead.
Is this the military installation you mentioned last time, Brian, where you can do
Yes.
little parkour jumps between the roofs and stuff?
That it is.
I'm sure everyone would love to see that.
I'm just stocking up some food for the journey. We're kind of low on... I don't really have any soda or anything. There's some vitamins here I'm going to...
What's your current stance on, I know you've spoken about it before a bunch of times, but maybe recap it for everyone in the stream at the moment. What's your current stance on Oculus Rift?
Love it, but you see we're already having frame rate issues now. We have to deal with those first. It's not impossible, but we've got to... Optimization is something that'll happen later on. God damn it. Oh, she got me. Alright. I don't have a shirt on at the moment, so I'm really susceptible to damage.
Can you go third person and show?
Yeah, so... I've just got my base underwear t-shirt on, so I really need some proper skin protection. Provides me different shirts provide you more protection.
All right, I'm just outside the house on the road up the hill.
How much protection are we talking? I remember I looked at the Arma 2 code once for the difference between Kevlar and no Kevlar, and the difference was so marginal. Are we
No,
talking like 50%
our damage
damage?
model is completely different now. Yeah.
So wearing like a big, thick coat compared to wearing your underwear.
We have different kinds of damage. So we have, guys, zombies to the left, zombies to the left.
Minions, slay them.
Yeah, your banana's going to do a lot, dude.
You've got bananas in the game?
Yeah.
Wow. Reddit's gonna love it.
Look at that dude, a hero. Jeez, he got a headshot. Oh, is that you?
With the Ushanka?
I present to you a fire extinguisher. This kind of reminds me of when I first played the mod publicly with Dyslexie and the Shack Tack guys. I actually think I was running up this road, maybe.
I think I've seen videos of that. It was
The
a
Days
track.
Ahead by
I like the way the guy's holding the
See,
fire
it's
extinguisher.
cool.
That's awesome. If you shot at him, would it hit the fire extinguisher?
yeah, it could do.
So he could always use that as like a headshot protection if he was charging into battle. I think that really opens up a question. Could you pick up like maybe a bin lid or something and really low caliber
We're
rounds
looking
like
at
medium
we're
range
looking
rounds?
at doing that kind of stuff. There's quite a heavy animation load at the moment. It's our main issue with it, so we need to deal with that kind of stuff first. Oh, I wish I'd got the rain's really cool now, but it needs the textures need a little bit of work on the rain.
That's a good question. Now that this is a engine designed from the ground up explicitly or exclusively for DayZ, will the servers require constant reboots like an Arma 2 server?
We're going to, I think, reboot them every 4 hours for the alpha.
Yeah, that's our goal right now, just to keep performance and
It's just to
ideal.
be sure. But we've been soaking servers for days. So. Say again? Oh, some guy was talking in the house there. No, don't worry about it. Oh, maybe they're talking up here. What the hell do I know? I think since she's crashed, he's bleeding as well from his head.
Wow. Benchy. Need to get that looked at, man. He's holding.
This question's
An
come up
apple.
a few times. I've not asked it yet. In the future, do you envision the zombies being headshot kill only, or will they always be just human?
No, but we're introducing different kinds of zombies, and some of them, like if they're wearing body armor, they are stronger than a player, so they are harder to take down than a player, all zombies. But you saw that a pistol, if you shoot anyone with a pistol, they're going down. Although you saw I winged a couple of them and I didn't kill them outright. God damn it, I crashed.
I shall wait for you.
I think what happens is, like good old Crusader Kings at the moment, if someone crashes and out of syncs, then it's crashing other people.
That's very possible.
We'll be able to debug this. We'll debug it on Sunday. We'll just get the crash dumps. And
I've got a couple of them.
It's a miracle we didn't have more as a basis of the massive changes we made in the last week. I'm getting tired anyway. I think we should take a few more questions and wrap it up.
All right. Oh, and yeah, that was in fact the creator of Namalski.
Yeah, real smart guy, for sure.
You stole his frozen breath mechanic, it would appear.
Yeah.
A few people have commented how it looks a bit over the top. Is that kind of placeholder for now?
Oh yeah, I put it in for a bit of fun and then it just kind of hung around. Super placeholder. In fact, our graphics programmers want to redo the particle effect system completely. I don't think I can join. I think there's too many people connected. So you got any more questions from the chat?
I think people were looking forward to seeing was it Pavlovo, Brian?
Yes, it was. We can always.
Oh, I got in.
Oh, you got him? Want to continue towards Pavlova?
Okay.
All right.
Where are
Come
you?
on, down
Where
into
am
the Pepsi deal.
Where the fuck am I? This is what happens when you build in a system that keeps people alive when they disconnect.
You were in a field?
I'm in a fucking field.
Alright, let's run up to the road.
You asked for this,
I'm gonna run up ahead and see.
Daisy community. Now my character has run along and... God damn it.
Oh, you see that light pole up ahead?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, go to it.
Now don't worry about the red chain. This happens because when you connect, at the moment what we've done with DayZ is you connect straight in. To try and minimize the amount of time you can be killed, you spawn straight in, you don't necessarily see everything. So there's a little bit of a time while the service spools you and tells you what's around you. You can see the connection times are like fraction.
Yeah, I think I know where you are. I'm running up ahead.
When you eat a banana, do you get the banana peel and can you throw it to make players slip?
No, but oh, that'd be so cool. You know, I think my favourite game of 2000 and what is this? 13
Yes.
is probably Space Station 13.
Yeah.
I see.
Wait a minute, that's not... Wasn't this now like 7 years
It
ago?
was, but I don't follow those rules when describing my favourite game. Because I haven't really played a lot of new games. Literally just worked and climbed Mount Everest this year, that's it.
You heard it here first, folks. Sackrill asked the hard questions that put developers to the wall. That game was 7 years ago, Dean. Tell
Pick
us
a real game.
He secretly plays Candy Crush.
I did, on the plane coming back from somewhere. I was playing it. Someone installed it on my iPad. We're going to check out that house. I'm
We're the only ones
thirsty.
full steam ahead. You're thirsty?
Ah, for fuck's sake.
This barn right up
Look
here
at this.
should
This is
have
the
a working
kind of
well.
detail that Senti's been adding. Like, you see this shit? It's snow drift stuff, so when the snow comes in, it stops it from going over the road. I wondered what the fuck it was the first time I saw it in this crazy republic, but that's what it is.
I legitimately did not know.
Well, there you go. You learn something new every day, don't you, Brian?
Okay, good. Since you did not move the well, let's see if it works. Because I
It
have
does.
a water bottle.
It works filling a water bottle, but you can't drink from it yet.
Well, I have a water bottle.
I think a few people in chat, Dean, are a little concerned. You know, when I asked you earlier what year the game would be out, I think a few people are a bit concerned that you don't know what year it is.
No, I don't
Has
generally.
empty.
Roger.
And Brian doesn't know what day it is.
No. Oh, we're
Brilliant.
losing the plot, eh? We've got to get the Alpha out for our own sanity, to be honest. It's going to be a huge morale boost for us. This week was a pretty crushing week for us when we discovered that bug.
We got a pound there.
Yeah, have you got a bottle? We need to fill a bottle.
Yeah,
to use
I've
it.
got a bottle.
Okay.
Just come over to the...
Let me check. Hold on.
well.
Zombie up ahead. Luckily, she hasn't seen us yet.
So the animations you've added, like the waving and the middle finger and stuff, are you going to be adding any more? Like maybe a double wave over your head, like
I
if you're
got a
hurt and
full
you're trying to
wave,
get
I
someone's
think they've
attention
got
without making sounds?
they've got a whole crap load of new ones. You
Yeah?
can go fill your
That'd be
bottle as
really
well.
cool.
I've got the bottle.
That would add a really nice level of immersion. Like if maybe you bump into some random dude.
We want to do pointing and stuff like that.
Food as well.
Yeah, exactly. Things like pointing, waving, like doing a get down sign, you know, anything like that. Because
I
lot
don't
of people
have a thing to open that, dude.
a lot of people have a really good time when they bump into a random person, and then they just kind of
Yeah,
use the
same
fun and
here.
be like, hey, let's go here, let's go there. And if you're outside that Von range, you're kind of a bit helpless. Whereas if you can wave to someone or gesture come here or go back or get down, I think that will really open up the player interaction a bit more.
Did you get the water bottle, Dean?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Can you
drink.
Actually, refill empty soda bottles.
We don't have soda bottles. You can't refill soda cans, but you can refill anything that's got a lid on it. I really like the inventory screen. I'm really pleased with it.
Yeah, it's really coming together, right? And one thing you spoke about once, and I don't think it's, I don't know whether it's something you consider anymore. You said that you were considering making it a little bit like XCOM or Diablo, where different weapons and things are different shapes, and some items simply won't fit in a bag because they're 4 blocks
Yeah,
tall.
that's
and the
right.
bag is 3
That's right.
blocks.
So most weapons are like 7 wide or something. So you'd need a special. We haven't done it yet, but a special like weapon pack, which can only fit a weapon. And there's some packs that only fit certain items, like medikits can only fit medical items, and they help you take up space. That kind of crap. We're going to have axes. I was talking about this with our designer Martin today. So what I'm looking at the moment is a chopping block. Armory used to have a proxy of an axe in it, and we took it out because it's confusing. We're going to put actual axes in it, so you can look out for them, run over and actually pick up the axe out of the wood block. Shit like that. So I'm really looking forward to that. Right, we should go, Brian.
Roger, let's do it.
You're in the new Latino model, right? The dude model.
I am in fact in the Latino model.
That's
I
a
want to
really
wait for you to
interesting-
blink. I want to wait for you to blink. We spent a lot of time getting the blinking working because it was broken. Why isn't your dude blinked? Blink for me.
In Mario's defense, we did just put this in today.
He's not blinking!
I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna have to delay the standalone character to blink.
No blinking confirmed.
Why is nobody blinking? Okay, let's go.
Whoa, got the gun, got the gun. Alright, I knocked
Did you
him
hear
out.
that?
Let's go.
He hit the weapon. Did you hear that?
Come on. It's great. I hit the weapon and we heard it, but he's gonna get up and shoot us.
I like the banana for scale, that's awesome.
The banana for scale. Seriously, it was a poor choice to knock that guy out. We should leave.
Should I remember this? I remember this place.
Why didn't I take his gun? I forgot you could do that when someone's knocked out.
Because you're mentally deficient, Brian. We've discussed it.
I am in fact mentally deficient. So yeah, I don't know if we talked about that, Chris, but melee, unarmed melee is effectively, it's a game changer if you get up close to somebody, because all it takes is that good shot to their jaw. They're on the floor, and you can take their gun.
I think it was Zero Punctuation who was talking about Dayz having a sort of the great equalizer. You know, you level up your character by getting all the stuff, and then someone just comes over and shoots you. Well, I like to think that now it's that with the Standalone, now the great equalizer is just your fists. A well-paced fist punch gives you a few seconds during which you can grab something off someone or keep pummeling their head, hopefully. But the Ushanka provides you a little bit of shock protection. So a lot of items, they don't provide you a lot, but they might provide you just that little bit to help out.
Alright, it's up ahead. The
Roger,
little
seen.
military installation, you'll see the walls.
That guy's going to know where we're going because he'll be watching the stream. Dude,
Yeah.
why have I got a water bottle in my hands?
Didn't you learn anything from Payday, Dean? Never leave them.
Oh, we need to play some
They'll always-
Payday.
they'll
We
always talk.
really need to play some Payday. Actually, maybe that is one of my favourite games. It's definitely one of my favourite games of 2013. Maybe it is my favourite game of 2013. I just love, we got really into the whole executing our plans, right?
Well, no. Me and my squad got into executing our plans. You got into executing women.
Hey, my plan worked. Did my plan work or did it not?
Technically, your plan resulted in less people
No
getting
loose
bullets.
ends.
No ends at all. Yeah. But yeah, we did. We when we played that hardcore, it was awesome. Remember the first time we did the bank vault thing without
Oh
setting up
yeah,
any of the
that
alarms?
was
It
mint.
took like
man.
40 minutes. And then you even started naming alleys like Death Alley and
Yeah.
stuff, where you killed hundreds of civilians.
Ah! Zombie!
Just jump through the window, Dean. It's another example, by the way, Chris, this structure here. It has some windows that you can effectively jump through if you come at the right angle. So you don't have to go in the side door, the ladder, the front door. You can just hop straight through that window.
That's awesome. Just like that last tree,
Let's
it
glitch
really
through,
came
you
open.
bitch. Come on.
It
This
really came
building
open.
hasn't
There's a
been
lot of,
configured for zombies yet. She can go anywhere there's a roadway.
Oh, we just so I mean you've seen fruit around, oranges, kiwis, bananas, and such. Probably heard a lot of comments about how improbable a rotten kiwi is. Well, all fruit can be rotten.
All the kiwis in game are rotten. Those I swear the designers are just screwing with me.
I learned the hard way today that we actually the designers had checked in food poisoning. So I'm like, oh, I'll just eat this rotten kiwi and this rotten banana and get my hunger level down, and immediately started vomiting.
Dude, there's hunting pants here, man. How big are they?
They should be the same size as the cargo pants. They just have a camouflage pattern.
Have you cleared this building?
No, I just got in here.
Oh, someone was outside. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I thought it was you. Dude, I think
I've
I...
got cargo pants and a hoodie now. Pretty set for clothes.
Pretty sure I'd have spent like 3 minutes watching you beat a woman.
Look, I know a lot of people say that they think the melee's really crappy. I actually kind of like it. I mean, look, it's no Mountain Blade or Chivalry, but it feels kind of fluid to me.
No, I'm not saying it looked bad or anything.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no,
saying
but I mean,
I just
some
watched you
people
beat a
have...
woman for 2 minutes.
So
That's
here,
not what
I've
it
got
was.
some paper now. If I find a pen, I can write a note.
But no, I agree. It makes more sense. I mean, you couldn't really just beat a zombie to death with your bare fists in like 10 seconds flat, especially if they're running around and flailing and whatever. I think it's cool.
What I really do like about this area is all the leafy trees with the sun coming through. It adds this whole I don't know, just it looks a lot different than any other military installation I've come across in Dayz.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? Because it's, you know, let's face it, some of the buildings are reused around the place, but the way Senchi's put them in the map, they feel different.
Red pen, and I wrote a note in red. And I'm going to give it to this dude who's doing some kind of banana-y thing. Oh, this is a new item that was put in. The alcohol stuff you use to disinfect yourself. This is one of our new artists, really talented guy, has done. I don't actually know what this does yet. I think it's used for disinfecting.
So hot off the press.
That's right.
I think that banana guy
Put a
really
lot
make a
of
statement.
work into, like, see, I remember in armor, you used to put your gear on the ground and it would fall through. Well, I did a whole bunch of work on it, and I have to say, I'm pretty fucking proud of it. Like, the objects can rotate in all sorts of different directions. Anyway, Fido, one of our lead programmers, he went through it again today and made it even better, because there were reports of some problems with it. I'm really proud of it, actually. I'm going to let this guy, I'm going to put the pen on the ground. You write on a note, okay? You write something.
I must say, some of the most upsetting moments in Dayz when you're up at the airfield and you find like a M40 ghillie or an SVD ghillie, and then you pick it up.
Dude, the pen's over
brilliant.
here. Right on it.
And you drop your other weapon to pick it up, and your other weapon just despawns.
Yeah,
Or you
exactly.
drop your bag and it's full of blood bags, just pick up a bigger bag, and then your bag despawns. So if you can iron out those, then everyone will be happy.
It's done. It's done. But what I want to do is have it, the item goes where you're looking, so you can actually put it on the table or on the chair.
Oh,
It's
wow.
totally doable.
That's cool. So it doesn't go like under your players, between your feet.
At
Like
the moment it does, but that's what I'm saying. I wanna change that.
Oh, okay. Or maybe
It's
like
pretty
you,
easy to
you
do.
said you said that you're bringing in this new person to do
So
a
see?
throwing system. It'd be cool to be able to throw
See,
your
so he's
backpack to
written a
someone.
note in there. I wrote, "Don't forget to bring a towel." He wrote, "Hello guys, hello world, be patient." Aww. I love you. I love you. I wish there's a hug. We need to do a hug animation. I've been telling the animators we had to cut down the number of animations. Oh, there's a hat here. I got a hat? Yeah, I got a...
The animators do get pretty excited. They think of random animations they want to add in, and gestures, and yeah.
I think you should definitely add a thumbs up, thumbs down, and then
I
bandit
think
squads
they've already
can go
done
around.
that. And pointing. Pointing's quite an
Thumbs up,
important.
thumbs down is actually a good idea.
You could do a bandit squad that goes around picking up fresh spawns, drives them off into the wilderness, and makes them like fight like gladiators to see who gets to live, and then you can just sit there and do thumbs up or thumbs down.
This actually has already happened several times in closed testing, where I'll have somebody from, say, like a hardware vendor who's helping us test on their hardware. They'll be on the server, and then some of our roaming testers who were, constantly testing the build will come across them. And one of these vendors actually sent me an email and detailed an incident where he was taken at gunpoint into the woods with another random tester and forced into a fight club in a circle.
And some of these people are like Valve or Intel or Nvidia and stuff.
And when he refused to kill the person he was with, they shot the person in the head and left him in the middle of the woods by himself.
And then he just closed the game and went and had a shower. In
No,
his
then
pocket
they
to
send
decide.
us a message and they're like, what is this game?
There was at least one incident where testers were on the server during nighttime and had come across some head torches and were surrounding some people that they had handcuffed and stripped in the middle of Vibor, creating some kind of techno dance club. I've seen some really obscure screenshots come in from the testers. I think they're starting to go stir crazy.
Someone just asked a really interesting question. The last knock asked the question: when you wear something like a helmet or gas mask, are you going to be adding any kind of overlay restrictions to your field of view? So, like the gas mask includes two little rings you can see through.
Yeah, I want to do 3D object around it. I'm really into 3D. Like, everything's done in 3D. We want to redo the UI so it's all 3D. It's just efficient.
Okay. But you will be adding some kind of balance.
Help me with
to
this
weigh off
zombie.
The benefits.
What the fuck did she just do? Okay, that creeped me out. Where are you, Brian?
I am reconnecting.
Alright. She was probably chasing after your body.
Great.
I like the new sounds, eh? The new grass
Yeah, Deuce
sounds.
did a great job with their footsteps and the work on the Mosin, I believe he did.
Oh, the Mosin's beautiful, that sound. The Mosin's definitely a favourite, I think, among people. There's so much love gone into it.
When's the Anfield going back in?
Yeah.
Daddy. You need the daddy in there. You need the dinner bell.
Yeah, we got huge plans for a lot of different items we want to put. I just found a dead body. What the hell?
What did he have on him?
A heap of crap. Like, good crap. Food.
Okay, I don't think it was me. No, it wasn't me, thank God.
Wow. It's kind of freaky when you come across someone like this. Oh, I
Yes,
forgot about this.
what happened here?
A bit of glitch. I just need to look at this. Load the model in sometime. Probably gonna need that soon. I think I'm kind of hungry. Let's have an eat.
Someone just mentioned something interesting. The vending machines. Is there a chance that they could contain loot like a box, but you
Yeah,
have
I'd
to
like
have
to
a
do
weapon or
that.
something, like you smash it with an axe, and then maybe a tin comes out, and then it resets like a normal box of loot would.
Yeah, definitely want to do that kind of stuff. It's all those sort of interaction stuff that we want to look at doing. Want to look at doing.
So you've changed your shirt now into that kind of coat thing.
Yep.
So now if you were to get hit by zombie...
Oh yeah, this
would it do
it's
much
full
less?
length, but see, it's ruined. So whoever it was destroyed. So it's not
there's
going to
no
provide me
protection, or?
any protection at all. Later on, it will turn into rags. Once we've finished our work with it.
Also, at some point you'll be running along and a zombie punches you and your clothes just fall off.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
Hey, Dean, you're in a shed right behind the hospital, right?
Yeah.
If you look up at the back of the hospital, I can try and recreate the story that I was telling Chris about getting stuck up here when the player was hunting me.
Oh yeah, I'm going to see this.
So, you see me up here, right, Dean? Standing up here.
No.
Dean, to the right of your screen. No, right. See, right on the left. You're looking left.
Whoa, this dude there.
See me? Look at me. I'm right there.
All
I'm
right.
looking at
Yeah.
myself. In your
Hey,
screen.
you're in the fucking shade.
All right, so I'm up here.
Soldier boy.
There's zombies over by the ladder. There's zombies down below, and I figured out. Just watch this balcony here.
I wish I could throw stuff. Oh.
Okay, I didn't jump properly, but I still got across. And I'm up here, and then just hop straight through the window.
We can't hear you. You cut out. You missed the punchline.
Long story short, because my character's stamina's too low, I can't do the running jump right now. You can jump directly from that little ledge there onto the balcony, and then jump straight through the window, and bam, I'm inside the hospital again.
Hey,
And
Brian.
there's...
I've got a story for you. Look out the
That's
window.
awesome.
All right, hold on. I'm on the roof. Where you at? See you down. What are you doing? I hear shots. Is that you?
There, I've got a story for you. Can you see that?
Hey, Dean, look up. I did the running jump that time.
You are
Don't take my
an
things.
idiot.
I will tell your mother.
You're dead. What are you? How do you
Yes,
care? It's all probably ruined anyway. Oh, it's pristine. You must have just broken your legs. That's
Probably.
damaged.
But that jump you saw me do off the roof there, Chris. That's the running jump, and it allows for a lot of kind of parkour incidents. Like I was in Cherno not too long ago, and figured out that there is a good amount of those I don't know grain silos or what, but those long tall structures that people would snipe from. There's a lot of linkage running between them that previously you couldn't get to because the vault mechanism in the mod just didn't allow it. And I was able to actually enter areas that you are technically not supposed to be able to get to by jumping. Like I cleared a gap that I don't think physics would allow me to by just doing a long running jump and jumping off of a high point down to a ledge that really the only way you're going to get down is if a friend has a helicopter or you're ready to die. One of the two. But yeah, it allows for a lot of horizontal movement in high vertical spaces. I'm excited about it, honestly.
Yeah, it looks awesome. What we saw there. Anything you guys are doing to add more dynamic stuff to the combat system, because in some respects it can be really binary. Someone's in a building with one door, you aim at the door, they don't come out because they don't want to die, and you sit there. Whereas if there's windows and things you can jump on and change positions,
blood type am I?
I think that's going to be really awesome.
That's another thing. The blood roulette we talked about last week. I actually experienced that myself, where I was in Electro with a couple testers, and we were trying to clear it of zombies, because at the moment we have zombie respawning disabled, so effectively you can clear a town. And I got smacked while coming out of the church by 2 zombies. I was bleeding. I was knocked out. They came and saved me, but I was to the point where I was consistently
I'm
passing out.
positive. I'm like universal donor.
No blood kits, or no blood test kits. We just had a single setup for a blood bag, and I just had to randomly pick one of them and pray that it didn't put me into shock. And lo and behold, I survived. But I've actually seen situations where, like we were talking before, where Charles, one of our testers, had to take blood from somebody he had knocked out, and met up with a friend later on to try to get himself blood bagged. It was the wrong blood, and he's like, "Oh, I'm feeling fine, and then his life just started draining rapidly. It was black and white within a couple minutes, and fell over dead because of the wrong blood type.
Do you want to show the handcuff thingy? I mean,
maybe you could even do that. Will it absolutely kill someone?
Does it actually work?
Oh yeah, it works.
But does it always kill someone?
You should use
Or
it
is
on
it
me,
the
and
wrong
you
blood
can
type?
access my stuff and things like that.
Is it hemolytic shock?
But we don't have a...
I could be incorrect. I'm not.
Whoa!
Jesus.
Fucking hell! Did you hear that?
What?
Wow, that sounds good from that angle. Holy
Mosin? Is it a
shit!
Mosin?
Yeah, it's got the. Do you hear the bass on that?
Oh no, I'm dead. Remember?
Fucking hell! I think you're probably not gonna hear that in the stream. Maybe that's just my
I'm
headphones.
listening now.
Did you hear that? Wow, that sounded good.
What kind of a...
Oh, Pure Passion, I think you're constantly streaming. Too. Yeah, I can hear myself. Did you hear that?
That
Holy
sounded
shit.
cool, yeah. So people are asking,
Okay.
will bodies decompose over time, or will they just remain until the server restarts?
Oh, that's a good idea. For the moment they will. I'll try handcuffing you by the building there. Oh, Pure Passion, I think you're constantly streaming.
I suppose if the servers reboot every
Yeah, I
4
can hear
hours, I
myself.
suppose decomposing wouldn't occur in 4 hours.
Did you hear that? I had to mute Senshi. He's Okay, I'm gonna try. Pure Passion, you're constantly. I'm gonna do this. I log in. I can't do that. Brian, do you want to log in?
Sure.
And
I have to modify my.
oh no, he's done it. Okay, I'm gonna.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Something is wrong with my bot.
Will there be any...
Okay,
drugs in
so
the
I'm
game?
demonstrating. I think he can still walk around. Can you still walk around?
Yeah, he should be able to.
Yep, don't take my banana.
So you broke free, is that right?
He broke free. Okay.
Doesn't take long to break free. That seems a bit off. I didn't think that was working. I think that needs some work.
Yeah, we should be able to modify that. Did somebody take my pants?
No?
That is the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever heard on TeamSpeak.
I think somebody gave me a 45. I have a 45 in my
Oh
pocket.
man, I want to watch that stream again to hear whether that Mosin sounded that good, but it scared the crap out of me. Just this real loud bass to it.
Oh yeah, it's a beast.
No, Dooster did a great job with
And
it.
the recoil when you're trying to snipe with it, unless without a bipod, is vicious.
It's a beautiful work done in this forest here. Can't wait to show raining. It's so cool how the rain doesn't fall where there's geometry.
Will rain change things like,
Makes
for example, I saw a moment ago, or a while ago, Hicks was walking around and you could see footprints by him, but you were seeing them, suggesting that it has cross-colored
it's not affecting that stuff, but you will see if I go stand in the water, stuff will get wet.
What do you mean stuff will get wet?
Like equipment will get wet and it can make you cold. Roger.
Could weapons malfunction if
Yeah,
they're wet?
that's
Maybe
right.
You have to
Yeah.
service them to
Idea.
get
We
them
haven't
back
got
in.
that in yet. At the moment, all it does is it can make you sick.
I had to kick Senchi's mic was hot.
Yeah, no, you could just mute him.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Here,
He'll
wow.
rejoin. It's not like I shot him. Very little.
I don't know what we're doing now. I'm just running around aimlessly,
Welcome to Dayz.
showing people gunshot sounding axes.
I'll tell you what. The next time we decide to stream, we'll have a little more focused itinerary for where we go, so that
Oh, boring.
so that questions are more conducive and less catching you guys off guard.
Alright, what's happening? What are we doing?
There's a man in the ATC.
Are you in game?
Yes.
Are there any more questions? I'm getting tired. It's like 2:20 in the morning here.
It is pretty late.
Oh, I think we've seen a lot of awesome stuff that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
We saw Nighttime, we saw a lot of Bolota, Pavlova, a bit of Cherno, the Swamp. Are there any,
Brian's
are there any
parkour.
things... Brian's parkour, yeah.
My failed.
Your ambush at that general store. Dean shitting his pants when a Mosin goes off.
Yeah, it was beautiful sounding.
Yeah, it sounded, yeah. Well, that's happened a few times actually. On the previous stream, someone fired around just over your head and it just sounded awesome.
Yeah.
Are there any features that you think, they're almost in, but they're not quite in, that next time you stream might be available for us to see? Anything you're kind of excited about showing us?
I don't know.
I think maybe we can try and have a little more organic player experience.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Start off with a fresh spawn and just run around, bro up. I mean, that's what it is. It's like, I love reading green text stories on 4chan, because it's just, sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's really cool, sometimes it's like someone had a really lame experience because of some bug, but it's always interesting.
Could we maybe see Electro?
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen Electro at all in the Standalone. Or maybe the Northwest Airfield. Or Home, as I like to call it.
Yeah, we could try to do a the classic coast to Northwest Airfield run. See how long it takes us. See whether we survive.
That sounds good. See what gear you end up with by the time you get there.
Yeah. I like the way that sounds.
Well, this was unscripted, and well, not unscripted. This has been random, and it's already been awesome. So if you actually put together an itinerary for the next stream, I'm sure we're going to be blown away even more.
You know what we need as an animation? We need a tactical roll. I'm only kidding there. Wouldn't work, but it would be kind of cool to be able to do
Like
a
a
tactical roll.
Shatner roll?
You know, like you do go over and do a forward roll.
Yeah,
We used to do that in judo. Let's sit down.
I think a cower would be good. Like if you crouch and then press Volt, you kind of like wrap your hands around your head and literally cower. Okay, doesn't look like there's many questions coming in that haven't already been answered in the stream at some point. So,
I think we call it.
yeah, big thank you to Rocket and Brian for taking the time, and Senshi and Banana Guy.
And
whoever he might be.
big thank you to you, Chris. So Sacriel, people can follow you on like Twitter and Twitch, right? Like a Twitch superstar.
Something like that.
And Shannon, has she gone off to
He almost
look
forgot
after
her
the
name.
look after the cat?
Yeah,
Thanks, bro.
she gets the big jobs.
Looks like a big cat, so.
Yeah, he's only like 4 months and he's already massive.
And for all of you guys thinking that the question hasn't been asked about release date, it's been asked, and again, there's no official answer, so yeah.
But
That's the thing that everybody wants to know most about. But
the thing we should most end on is that people should not buy Dayz unless they're really convinced. Like, there's a lot of problems, and it's going to be really awful for a start. So, the people that get in, the other people who are okay with that, and the other people just wait a month even, and it will be a lot better. And it's better for
There you go.
everybody.
Yeah, there's going to be once the alpha's out, there's going to be plenty of content creators out there playing it 24 hours a day, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch. So before you click that buy button, I think Dean's trying to say, make sure you know what you're getting into. Don't expect it to be a beta like, oh, it's the Battlefield 4 beta when it's basically the gold release code. They're really pre-releasing it. It's actually early, so.
Oh yeah, this is going to be a true alpha.
yeah, content is meant to just basically be an indirect commercial for the game, so watch content.
Oh,
And you're dead.
that was awesome. You heard the supersonic crack. Wow. That was cool. But I wish I'd done the, we should do it like, I don't want to spoil people who haven't seen The Sopranos, but should kill the sound and everything. That was pretty cool. It was a good way to end the stream. Hope I didn't interrupt anybody. Yeah.
That did. I just saw when you just died. That was like The Sopranos. You just said doof, and then it's
Yeah,
black, and that's it.
Love that ending. That's such a good ending.
Yeah.
And spoiler warning. But we should kill the sound. Should really kill the sound. I
Yeah,
thought I
just-
did. I don't know why it hasn't.
There is kind of something striking about that. There's no more information for you to give back to your teammates. It's just you're dead. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so will you be streaming again in the near future? Do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Do you want to pimp your Twitters for people to follow? We've got all the exclusive Daisy pics.
Sure, Brian can do his. He's looking at me like, no. It doesn't matter. You guys pimp yourself, so Shannon and Sacriel. So.
I
No,
think we are also
we're good.
hesitant.
Cool. Well, thank you for everyone. Thank you to everyone for watching, and again, thank you, Brian. Thank you, Dean. I guess we'll catch you next time.
Cool. See you later, everyone.